Hi there, Wally here. In this video, we are going to move it on with our Git workflow. However, at this moment, we'll be using VS Code. If you are not familiar with VS Code, no problem. Take your coffee, have a seat, and let's enjoy the video. The main point is we would like to work with a project. In the previous video that I made about the workflow, the Git workflow, you can see that we created and used this project, the video demo. We will be using this project as well. This is the Upstream project. I would like to be working on this directory. I have this one, and as you can see, this one here is empty. Then let's click on fork. And then you can see, now I have this space available. I can just click on create fork. And then I have this fork on my area. This is my account with the fork of this Upstream project. The next step is, let me copy this one. And from now, I can just open VS Code. In VS Code, we have some features, additional features that we can improve the power of VS Code. And this is called extension. We are not going to cover extensions right now. We are going to talk about one feature that is a core feature or internal feature, which is source control. From here, we can do two different things. One is open a folder. And by opening a folder, I mean, let's open a folder that we have that we're working, and this can be or not a Git repository, or I can clone a repository. This is what we're going to do. So let me click on clone repository. Which repository I would like to clone? I have no power, remember, on my Upstream. I have power on my clone, on my fork. With that said, let me copy this one, clone repository. You can see the text field over here. We can paste. And now let's click over there. Okay, now we have this folder. We have the Finder or File Manager. Where is the place I would like to clone this repository? We are going to be working with this repository, Git video. As we saw here behind, this repository is empty, still empty. Let's select as repository destination and let's click on that button. After that, VS Code is just asking us, hey, would you like to open the cloned repository? Yes, of course, I want. And then there you go. Now we are here in the Explorer. We can see all the files from that repository. I can see that we have one file. I can see that we have the license and also the README. If we come back to this terminal and do a double check, now we have the structure. And if I see the content of that directory, I can see the repository, the license, readme.md, and file. Okay, Aldero, I remember that you mentioned in the previous video something about let's access the repository. We have the Git repository. We can take a look on the branch, and this is the main branch. That's right. If we come back to VS Code, take a look at the bottom right here. We can see this is the main. And main is the same repository from this one. So if I click over here, I can create a new branch. I can check out new branch from. I can check out detach. I can see the branch that I have. This is the main one. So this is my current branch. Let's suppose that I have one issue that I would like to fix. Then I can click over here. I can create a new branch. And what will be the name? Fix 10. My issue is number 10. I have all the information on my issue, and this will be the name of my branch. Once I press enter, take a look on that. I can see now fix 10 here. If we return to the CLI and type git branch, now that we see that we are in the branch fix underline 10, same way. So what we are seeing here is a simple and easy way to work with VS Code directly on VS Code with no need to go back and forth to the CLI all the time. I'm just doing this right now for the purpose of showing like how this works, but at the end of the day, you can do everything only for VS Code GUI, okay? Now I have my fix, I have my branch. Let's suppose that I would like to create a new file. So second file, content of second file. I have this one here. You can see the circle. That is because the file is not saved. So I just press Command S and I save the file. And notice this one. We have the number 1 here. So if we take a look on the number 1 now, we have these changes. And what are those changes? Anything that we change in our repository, we can see. Like this was untracked, which means this is a new file. I can add this one, I can discard, I can open the file. Once this is a new file, there is nothing else to do. But let's check on this one. File updated as well. Once I save this file, we can see the number bumped to 2. I can click over there. Okay, I believe now we can see better. In the second file, we can see this was the before and this was after. Like before was no content, and then we can see the content of the second file. This one was the file that I have made a change. So which change? Before was no content, and now I have this information here as well. Okay, and this is here. So this file was modified and this is untracked. Odero, how is that supposed to be on Git? If we do a Git status, see, I have this one which is untracked. The second file, I have this one which is modified. Okay, what is the next step? If you remember from the previous video, congratulations, thank you for that. If you don't remember, you can stop here, come back, watch the first video, and you'll be 100% sure about how to do this VSCLI. But no problem, let's take a look. I can do something like git add, and I can add those files. But again, the point here is how to use VS Code to do this for us. So in this page, right here on source control, you can see the file and second, and there is a plus button. So I can just click on plus, and now this file was added. Which means if I come back here and do a git status, check this out. The second file that was untracked now was added. And there is one more that is modified, the file that's still there. So let's do the same here. This one, plus. So if I do a git status once again, now I have both files added to this change. Amazing. So I can do all the changes over here. Let's suppose that I forgot something, and then I came here on the file. I forgot to add this additional information. As before, all the time that you save something, keep in mind that you have this one, the source control, that's gonna tell you, hey, something changed, take a look. We can see the change over here. Again, if I like to see what was changed from the previous one, I can click on top of that file and I can see, okay, I forgot to add this additional information. Amazing. Let me add this one plus. Now we have the same information. And from now on, what I can do is I have to push this to my fork, and then I can hit commit. Before, let me show you this. Git status. Before we mentioned something like git commit -m and a short description about this change. I can do something like this, or I can do just git commit, press enter, and then a text editor will pop up. I will be able to add the additional information and move it on from there. How this works right here. I can add the short information here, short info over here, and press commit, or I can just press commit. Let's do like this. You can see that this text editor opened. Let's add a multi-line information here. So fix added and also complemented with additional info. This is nice because if you like to add some additional information, definitely you can, okay? Like info1, info2, info3, and info4. Okay, once you finish this one, if you are in the CLI, you can just save and exit, and that's it. This should be enough. In VS Code, what you have to do is just click on this button to accept the commit message. We hit the button, and then we have the question. Do you want to save the change you made to commit edit message? Your change will be lost if you do not save them. Like if you escape right now, all the change will just vanish. So let's save. And that's it. If we came by here and do our git status, there is nothing else because now we have made this commit and the next step should be pushing this content to our fork. And Moldiro, how to do that? Remember, git push because I'm lazy. And then the git push is gonna send this one, but no fear because again, we don't need to do this. We can just come back to the VS Code and there is this button over here, publish branch, or this one over here, publish branch. So let's click on this. This is gonna ask you, hey Wally, where would you like to publish this? In Waldiro or Quick Fix? Remember, I have no permission on Quick Fix. Quick Fix is the upstream. A short number of people will be able to change directly the upstream, but I have full control on my fork. So the main idea here is to push this to my fork. So I selected my fork and now that's it. This is amazing. You can see also this message over here. Hey, would you like for me, VS Code, your humble assistant, to create a pull request to you? If you like, yes, you can do that. But let's skip this for now. Let's come back here and check this out. We have this fixed now, fix 10. This is our branch. Let's refresh this page. We have the fix 10 here. If I would like to create the pull request, I can. But again, you can do the same thing directly from VS Code. So this will be the pull request. Again, from my fork, my repository on this specific branch against the upstream / repository on the main branch. Although I'm not familiar with this process, this workflow. We have already a video explaining this workflow. If you are a bit lost, no problem. Stop this video here, go to this video, watch, take a look, understand the workflow, and then you can come back. Everything will be clear. So we can see at the bottom all the changes that we have made on the file and on the second file. Create a pull request. And that's it. Now our pull request is over there. We can see the change, we can see everything. Yet on this process, someone came and said, hey, you forgot a new file. So you pushed that one, but something is missing on this file. And also you forgot to add like a content on the README. So, okay, I can come by, I can pick my fix 10. If you are in a different branch, see in a different branch, I have no additional content, no additional file. Let me switch to that specific branch. Now I have everything. I have to create one more file here. Missing file. Missing content. This was the information that was missing. And also I need to change my readme.md file, which is this one. Readme updated. Bonus here for this video. You can see this is a MD or MarkDown video. You can just press Command-Shift-V and then you can preview that file. So this is the MarkDown. This is how this will be presented when you see this page on the video. So for example, if you like to add something like a command here, you can do something like this. And once you came to preview, see, the format will be like all the commands will be on this box. So basically, this is the Markdown. There are a bunch of things about Markdown. Let me know in the comments if you like one video about Markdown, all the flags that we have, all the possibilities that we can do. Let me know. Let me remove this one. I'm just keep the information updated. I'm gonna save. And again, check this out. This guy is getting crazy, just bumping the numbers all the time. I can click over here. And again, the same process. I have the change. I have one file that is untracked. I have another one that was modified. Just to keep in mind, git status. Check this out. All the information here. I can do everything from this one. Let me add. Now I'm gonna do a short description. Fix the missing, and then I'm gonna commit. There you go. If we come back to the CLI, git status, that information was committed on this stage. And again, check this out. I have one change to push. If we can buy here and see, let me refresh this page. There is no such information, okay? I'm just gonna click on sync. And that's it. The information was pushed to the fork. And then you can see this button, refresh. I can just hit refresh. And now I can see the readme.md with the new entry, readme updated. The file that was missing contents. This one is still the same. This one is still the same. So again, you can do everything directly from your VS Code. No need at all to go to the CLI unless you want, unless you wish to do some additional stuff. But yeah, you can do 100% of your job only via VS Code. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was pretty fast, pretty quick, but the main idea here was to show you how easy and simple it is to be working with VS Code, cloning the repository, doing some changes, creating the pull request, creating different branches. Definitely you can do this in your daily basis actions. And that's it. This is an amazing software. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, share this video with some friend that works with development, VS Code, Git, and all this stuff. And let me know in the comments if you have an additional question. See you in the next video. Bye.